guys,
welcome back to the channel.
We're back to work on the
Turd.
We're also happy to work on this SI again. We've been taking some time off of it, and what we did is last video we left off and we said we were going to center the car, not really center it, but we were going to put it so we could do anything and everything we had to do actively on the car. We have some bad news, we have some decent news. Should I start with the bad news?
Sure.
Car's leaking fuel. If you guys remember the black Integra, we had to replace the lines because they were rotted out. Now we have, this one is not as bad. One of the brackets, and it's a return line, one of the brackets corroded. The rest of the fuel line's fine. Since it's a return line, we should be able to get away with just putting a rubber hose over it for now, and we'll address it later. Besides that, I came in and we had to extend some wires. So basically, the reason that it wasn't starting last time, and I constantly do this, it's actually a typical thing, is the plug, it didn't have a map sensor, and the plugs are the same for the map sensor and the throttle position sensor. So we have to extend these just so we could have them nicely routed. They're plugged in, but then I couldn't plug in the sensor. And to be honest, I don't think this harness is staying on this car. This is just like, so we could get it running, make sure everything's good. Also discovered oil leak from the rear main and from the oil pan. Because we just put oil in this car. I got under it once I lifted it up, and you could just literally feel it.
Cousin Jerry's a hacker.
All he did was clean the motor. He didn't reseal anything, which it's fine. We could address that once we have a lift.
Well, so while we're on when we have a lift,
yeah.
So something's going on, and like our world is crumbling at our freaking feet.
Yeah.
Basically, we're losing our garages. Yeah. Well, this one is tentative. Yeah. But the other garage we're definitely losing. So now that we haven't been there since we came back, but we still use that garage. Like I said, I have a car there, and we still use it for like storage. We have a lot of shelves there, so that's gonna be a big thing if we lose that. So that was definitely gonna be gone. We're gonna lose that. I think our last month is in 2 months, and then this one is tentative. This property sold, and
I don't know if it's sold already.
Yeah, they're in basically underwriting. Okay. So they just did the inspection. I think it was last week. So we have to see who bought this property. We're hoping it's an investor, that way we can stay here. Yeah. Or maybe if somebody that buys the house, maybe they'll let us stay anyways, because it kind of like brings money to them. It just depends who bought it and what they plan on doing it. So as of right now, we're just gonna, our plan is just to get things going. That's why, we did just, talk about the BMW, but right now we're just trying to get our cars running, so that way if something happens, we can move our cars easier. Or if we have to sell cars, it's just easier to sell a full running car than a project. So.
And it's definitely, we're just prepping you guys for what's to come. That doesn't mean we're gonna stop making content. It's just we're gonna be limited to our resources.
Yeah, and it sucks because we basically lose the garages at the end of the summer, which would mean that we start working outside right when it starts getting cold. Yeah. So, but I mean, if that's what has to happen, we've done it before, and if it needs to happen, we'll.
Yeah, we're committed to.
And we still have access to this job, which we don't want to take advantage of that. So
yeah, I'm grateful enough to my managers. They actually watch our videos too. So thank you to guys. Them. Yeah. So if we do need to work inside, if for any reason we could just use a lift, we just have to make sure we move the cars back out. And pretty much we're gonna make the best out of the situation.
So we'll keep you guys updated. We just want to let you guys know, because things are happening kind of quick. Like, we don't know what's going on with this garage, which losing the other garage is not a big deal, because we could work things out here.
We just downsize realistically.
Yeah, and we have other things going on in life that could possibly help things out anyways. But yeah, we just want to give you guys an update, because there may be a time where we just have to like kind of
not be able to put it out as much content,
or it won't be under these circumstances. Yeah. We have the AC running, we have great lighting, we have this car. I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but this car is literally centered in the whole garage. There's nothing else here. Our massive parts there and trash, but this is a great way to work on the car.
And realistically, this is what we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, where we were because we have projects that like the SC when that goes under the knife, which is, everything's gonna be on fast forward pretty much. But the SC when it comes in, we're gonna need the whole garage for, because that's a bigger car, and what we plan on doing with it involves a lot of work. So that's why it's important. And honestly, at this point, we're over this car. Not that we want to sell it, but it's like we just want it done. So we may have to bring in extra resources at this point to just help us finish it and chug along. But once this car's done, I believe we're gonna start up right away on the SC, and we're just gonna keep the ball rolling, because now we're on a timeline. So
so just wanted to give you guys you know, a 401 on what's going on in behind the scenes. But just wanted to let you guys know. So that's kind of something that we're dealing behind the scenes, and we've been looking for garages, and we haven't found anything affordable, because, you know, this thing is, you know, we don't make money off of YouTube, so we're paying out of pocket. So
everything we do, that we're so small and just starting that we don't have that.
So make sure, you know, you guys can help us by, you know,
just like,
giving a thumbs up, subscribing, sharing it to your friends.
It helps it with the YouTube algorithm, and that's how the only way we're gonna make it at this point.
So just want to give you guys an update, and we appreciate any help, if anything. And if you guys know anybody in the Central Jersey area that's renting a small shop or garage, let us know.
Other than that, what we're gonna do now is this title of this video, I'll give it a nightmare of an SI. We're gonna get started on just doing what we can. We may just split up, honestly, because I don't want to kill time, and honestly, figuring out all these little things is just killing a lot of time. So we do want to do suspension.
We just want to just switch the coil over here.
And the upper control arms while we're in there, like just bolt that stuff on.
Sure.
I guess that wasn't part of the plan.
No, I mean, that's fine, because we are, and these things have just been sitting around, so might as well do them while we're in there.
So that's the plan with that. We're gonna get started on this, and
So this guy still under there. I finished soldering, as you guys just saw, and then I just taped the harness back up. It looks OEM kind of. So this is the harness that I extended, so you guys can't even tell. It looks to me, it looks the same. And then all these cables were exposed, so then I just taped this up, and then the stock tape was here, so I just went all the way up to here. I didn't realize this one needs a little bit more tape too, but it's fine. So this now can go underneath the intake, because before you couldn't even reach it. So now it's long enough. I matched the corresponding colors, because this harness, this came out of a TSX harness, this plug, so the cables are a different color, but you know, I matched them, they're good. So that's that. So now that that's there, he's underneath. He's just gonna cut the line. Honestly, he could have just like got a piece of hose and sliced it over the top and clamped it down, and that would have kept it, since it's just a return. But he's just cutting it and putting a rubber hose on either end. So it's you know, it's more efficient, better way to do it. But I mean, that way it lasts a little longer. So once he's done, I think we're gonna try to. Are we gonna try to start the car?
Yeah. Everything's plugged in?
I plugged in whatever I unplugged.
Okay. You should be able to.
I thought you said we had to extend 2 plugs.
No, because we did, instead of extending 2, we just
Extended 1?
exactly.
Okay, so then yeah, everything's hooked up. So that means whenever he gets out from under there, we're gonna be able to try to start the car. All the grounds are in. I disconnected the battery because I was working with wires, obviously. So when he's done, we'll do that, and then hopefully we'll get this thing started today. Let's see.
I wonder if this car doesn't have spark.
Should I give him the gas as you? All right, go ahead. So I don't know if we're gonna start this video, but battery's dying. It's cranking. It's cranking, so we don't know what's missing.
I want to pull the plug cover off.
Why did he change that plug from blue to black?
Because basically they're the same plug, and at least this way we'll be able to tell that
the difference.
Yeah, the difference. So this would always be the map. The blue would always go to the map, and then the black would always go to the throttle position.
Did you put on question on the tune that you put in here? Did you put that it has a 4-bar map sensor?
Yes, I updated it. It's a Honda.
Okay. AC, it's busting. Right now it's hitting me. I don't know why he didn't set up so it went up and down, so it's just hitting right here. Nice and comfortable in here. It's gonna suck if we lose this shot.
The plan was that we were gonna be working up here. I had no plan of working under the vehicle today, to be 100% honest.
It's gonna suck so bad if we lose this shot. This is such a good setup for us. So we're gonna try to check for spark right now. Oh look, there's a Phillips head right here. We gotta get organized. We just spent maybe like 5 minutes looking for things, and we can't find them because we don't put things back where they should be. Should probably buy like a toolbox or something. But right now we're not buying anything else because we're kind of stuck, and it's gonna suck if we have to remove all these lights and put the other lights back.
No, that's a couple, maybe 1 or 2 hours. But
we made a whole video out of that.
I got no traction. The plugs don't look bad. They don't look good. I mean
they don't look bad.
There's corrosion on them, which is scary. But as far as the plugs themselves, they look fine.
So there was definitely water in those cylinders. Yeah. Did you look in there and see if there were like anything in there?
When I looked down, it wasn't wet.
I mean, if you remove the spark plug and there was water there, it's gonna go straight in. Yeah. But it was dry. It was dry. Yeah. All those things are dry. So maybe it might have been when he was power washing the engine or something, or sometime in the past.
We did the gaskets were the spark tube gaskets. You remember they were pretty bad.
Yeah. So let's try starting this now. Right. All we did. So we looked up the fuel pressure. I didn't have to adjust it because it says that it should crank on 20 and should idle like around 50 or so. So we're at 25 off. So it should be more than enough to start. And so once we so hopefully now that we did the new spark plugs, we still got to test if it's getting spark, which we haven't, but we're just gonna assume that those things were just bad. Yeah, these are also some cheap quad packs, which I hope are. But they would. Chances of them all 4 misfiring. Yeah, it would be a misfire. I don't think it would. Sounded like a 1%. All right, guys. So we kind of got some help. We got some help, but this wasn't the initial problem either. Well, yes. Basically, what was happening was. Remember last video, earlier in the video, when I said it didn't have a map sensor? So this is the issue. It's a 4-bar map sensor, and I guess these things, according to Cousin Eric, these things are like hard to tune, or you can't just upload a map onto it and add that because it has to be calibrated. And he just put it on because he broke the other one, and he tried to get it started, and it would never start. And it was the last. Was it? No, earlier in this video, you'll see that when he tries to crank it, it like throws a crazy backfire, and that was what was happening. And then right now we were dealing with a dead battery, so we pulled in another car, we charged the battery, and the car obviously starts now. So I'll do the honor. So we got this hose here just for S&Gs. So. So this thing's highly obnoxious and loud. But yeah, the exhaust is literally just
Cut.
But it runs.
Starts.
Oh yeah, it runs too. So I think we can end this video now.
Yeah, we said we weren't gonna end it until we finished the.
So we got the car started, guys. So next video we'll actually start like plumbing the cooling system up, this stuff, finishing the AC and power steering setup, basically button up the rest of the car so we could go on our first drive soon.
Within the next 2 videos.
Yeah, soon. So that's it for today. Let's close this
yeah,
out.
That's a milestone for this car. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you follow us on our social media. And also, I got that.